I've been on the test team for Berkley for a long time, and one of the baits I've been working on for a little over a year prior to this filming this season was the brand new Berkley Power Switch, which you can see right here. It's a power bait product. It's an internally weighted, effectively what I call a hybrid jig, and it was specifically made for forward-facing sonar.
All right, we just saw one right under the front of the boat. I'm dropping the bait down to him. It's almost to the bottom. It's going to land right in front of him. There it is. Now it's right on him. Here he comes.
This little bait right here, so effective on the panfish and trout. It was really incredible. And the crappies that we caught and the bluegills that we caught on it were really, really impressive.
That is the silver bullet color. And that's the color that I've had really good success with. We're going to put that fish back. But one of the keys to this bait, if you look, it's got a big dense head in here and it's reflective for your sonar really well. So it's easy to see it on the sonar, particularly in the bigger versions of the bait. It's really easy to see, and that's a big part of it. You can keep track of the bait as it sinks.
This one right here is probably the one that's going to get the most play from you guys. It's certainly the one I've got the most emails about. It's only 1.75 inches long and it weighs 1/16 of an ounce. It's a very light little power switch.
That's a pretty good trick.
It's pretty good fun.
That's pretty good. And that's a decent one there too. So definitely got figured out how to catch all of them. People say, well, how many fish did you catch? All of them today.
This little tiny guy was incredibly effective on smallmouth bass as well. During my summer bite, when they were really pressured and really hard to catch, this little tiny bait right here caught them very good, and we caught some really nice smallmouth with it as well.
There we go, and got him on the power switch.
All right, good.
Just when we were turning back around, yep, just when we were turning back around. And I've got them on the little tiny power switch, guys, like the smallest one they make. I want to say it's 1.75 inches, good fish too. So we'll be quick about this, or gentle about this. He's only on 6-pound test, so we don't want to horse him. Jeez Louise.
Taking chances on that 6-pound.
You know, but I'm taking chances on losing him. And guys, there it is. I want to show you this. There's that little tiny power switch right in the tip of his snout, and it's all about the retrieve. The bow is actually moving, and that's important because the bait's so, what do you want to say? Let's say versatile, that I can keep working it even when I spun the boat back around to get back to my waypoint. So I'm just popping it horizontally as the boat's spinning around and got another one, and that's the beauty of the power switch. I can do whatever I want with it right here. I've got it on a 6-pound Trident 100% fluorocarbon leader, and I've got it on 8-pound X9 braid, and of course the Veritas PLX and little Revo, but perfect little power switch getting them done.
Another one that was very effective for us was the 2.5-inch version right here, and the 3-inch version, which I'm just scaling them up and showing you different colors, guys, and they get heavier as they go. But again, here, these are more of our trout size and our bass size, more consistent trout and bass size ones rather than the very small one. I can keep track of these in the wind a little bit better. So like up at Delaney, after the fish kill, we went up to Delaney Buttes to fish to see if we could catch some fish. And this did the heavy lifting on the fish that we caught there.
All right, got the power switch going right there, guys. I want to point out that's my first cast with a power switch. And look at the size of this rainbow. And that power switch, I just twitching it along just above the weed tops. And that's why we come up here, guys. It's always a combination in the fall of some big rainbows and some big browns, and winter killer otherwise. That's a big old fish too. Holy smokes, I didn't see that coming right off the bat. And I've got him on the little medium power Xenon and 8-pound Ultra 8 and a little 8-pound 100% fluorocarbon leader and a 3-inch power switch. So we're gonna see here. I'll be graceful about trying to land this guy here if I can. But dude, that thing's got some shoulders on it right there, people. And we're gonna put him back in the net, put him in the drink, get a real quick still photo with him. And guys, whenever you're gonna do that, notice I got a flat bottom net. Fish can swim around. We talk about this all the time. If you're gonna take still photos of your fish, let him regroup from fighting. Let him breathe around. He's in the water, he's good. Get a still camera, then get him released carefully.
The key to it is the versatility, and we fished it vertical.
And I'm doing very little. I'm picking that power switch up and it just basically does this. It just sort of dances back and forth depending on the angle of the line and the wind. I'm not picking it up, you know, foot off the bottom. I'm just barely picking it up. And that lets me keep track of where it is for one, gives it just enough motion to look alive for two. And also it's made out of power bait, so it has good smell to it, which is a good sign as well. Got him, there he goes. He did get it. It took a while, but finally got him to get it. And again, I don't think it's a giant. It's not. It's exactly what we're looking for though. So we'll bring him around right there. We'll keep that tight in the net. There we go. And that's it, guys. I mean, it took me, I think we rolled for all of that. I'm not totally sure, but it took me something like 3 minutes to get this fish to bite from the time I saw him. Again, we're not keeping any of these, so we're gonna be quick about putting them back. But it's the same bait, and I think we rolled through that thing. From the time I first saw him, I just kept the bait, keep working it, keep working it, keep working it, stay with the retrieve, stay with the retrieve, and then finally, sure enough, you pick it up and one little tick on it, and you blast them. So this power switch is so versatile because if you look at the bottom, it's very flat right here. And that's what makes it glide off similar to a tube jig, which is probably the most classic jigging bait for Lakers there is. Also, the tail's got a little bit of horizontal flatness, not vertical, horizontal, for the same thing. Makes the bait glide, very realistic profile, and fantastic way to get them caught.
We made long throws to catch white bass with it as well.
Got him, fish. All right, just keep working and working and working the power switch. I am married to this thing this year, guys. It has been, for the year that I've been playing with it, it has just turned into such a good bait for us for a lot of stuff. And the thing is, it's a multi-species bait, so there's no telling. Looks like you got a white bass, which is exactly kind of what we were expecting. And we'll put him in the net right there. And there is a very classic Boyd Lake white bass, guys. They don't get any more classic than that. They do get bigger, but there it is. There's the power switch right there, guys. And that's the original color right there. Perfect little white bass.
You just have to be patient, but the beauty is it's got all of its own drawing to it. It'll do whatever you tell it to do. The way it's built, the way it's weighted, you can do anything you want with it, and that's really important from the standpoint of retrieves. And the reason that's important is it allowed us to mix it up a lot with how we fish them.